behind it, and basically all the information you would need to decide to either get started on the product, to continue on the product, to share it with other people, and some of the basics around, of course, the industry and the company, and so that you can basically make a decision for yourself to take a step forward. And so that's what this is all about here tonight. No expectations, just information. And so, quick disclaimer, anything that I'm talking about here tonight is not in any way meant to basically prevent, treat, cure, or diagnose any dis-ease in the body. And you're going to learn so much, and you're going to see how many different ways that the body is actually able to facilitate its own healing with the aid of this patch. And so it might just blow your mind. So I just want to make sure I have that disclaimer put in there on the front end. So we're going to talk about the patch, what it does in the body, the cutting edge technology about it, a bit about our founder, the science, the patents, the company, again, a little bit about the industry, how to get started. And if you do decide to start sharing this product, which is hard not to do, quite frankly, then you're also going to learn just the basics of how you can make money, or even just get the best pricing for your own products for yourself and your family, maybe a few friends, to take it all as far as you want to, because of course there's a huge opportunity here as well. And the timing is amazing. So I'll just cover all that for you in about 30, 40 minutes. And so I'm going to share a screen just to get started here. And I think the first thing I really want to tell you guys as I'm trying to share the screen, which I can't seem to find right now. Hold on. I'm not finding my Zoom. I don't know why. Hang on. Here it is. Here's my Zoom. Sorry for the little delay. Share screen, keynote. There we go. So what I wanted to share really briefly is just basically a concept, if you will, about just our cells in general, because we have some different types of cells in the body. And I think it's important to understand, because what we're talking about with this patch is that it's going to be improving the energy flow in your body, and particularly at the cellular level. And so we have two different types of main cells in the body. I mean, there's more than that, but in general, we have cells that have been differentiated into specific tissues, organs like skin or pancreas or hair, like whatever. They're specialized. They're already differentiated into a specific type of a cell. And those will be recreated and replicate and continue to renew according to our stem cell activity. And then we have not differentiated cells, which are called universal pluripotent stem cells, and these can actually become anything in the body. So we have some that can replicate and repair and renew that are already differentiated, and then we have those that can become anything in the body. And specifically for what we're talking about with this patch is what it can do with these pluripotent universal cells, and how those can really help your body to regenerate, rebuild, and repair no matter what's going on. And that's super exciting, and that's really what we're going to be diving into here today. So before I jump into that really fast, the screen that you're seeing right now is just our weekly schedule, because we do this call Mondays and Wednesdays every week, the same time, same station. We also, of course, have a YouTube channel that you might be watching this on, or watching the replay on. So we either do the live Zoom or we have that YouTube. I will give you those links in a second. And then also on Wednesdays and Mondays, we have trainings for people that are getting started or that are moving forward in the business. The Launch Lab and the Leadership Lab are on this schedule as well. These are really just to help you either get started with your business, to kind of just make a little bit, or then continue on to make more and to affect more people, really, which is what the bottom line is to help more people get the benefits of this amazing patch. So moving into the next slide, this is really where we get plugged in. I will share both of these slides again at the end of this presentation. But if you are on the team, then you want to make sure that you yourself and the people that you're bringing in are plugged into our Facebook group, and also, of course, our YouTube channel. All of these calls are going to be, look at the playlists, and you'll find the Wednesday calls, the Monday calls, past calls, upcoming calls, everything's in there on that YouTube channel. So plug into that, make sure you subscribe. And then, of course, all about the patch and all about our business and the training, I will be talking about within this presentation as well. Those two links are here, and I will show them again at the end of this presentation. So let's get started. Okay, first things first, I did talk a little bit about cells, but here's the deal, is that when we change the flow of energy in the body down to the mitochondria and into the DNA and into the actual genetic expression, we can absolutely change the body and how it can heal itself, how it can repair itself, and help us to function at a youthful age again, like we're young again. And that's really what this is about. And it's incredible when you learn the basic foundation of what this is doing. As soon as you wear this little patch, is that you're going to have what I like to just call a glow up, where your body's going to start acting young again. It literally comes back alive and starts acting youthful again. So if you think about why we might want to wear something like this, well, think about, what's happening. Are we aging too fast? Heck yes, we are. By the age of 30, half of our stem cell activity has gone dormant. And by the age of 60 and 70, it's almost completely dormant, which means we don't have the same ability to repair, rebuild, and regenerate. And this is why we're prematurely aging. And this is why we're taking a million supplements and a million different drugs and slapping all kinds of stuff on our hair and on our skin and on our face. And we're injecting ourselves with all kinds of growth factors and stem cells to try to combat this premature aging that's happening, because we're not able to regenerate ourselves. Look at nature, look at our animals. I mean, they're regenerating better than we are. So why is this? Because of dirty air, dirty water, dirty food, all of that. But then, of course, the very things that we're taking to try to combat this can also have all kinds of different side effects as well. But if you just think about, are you taking things for waking up, for having energy through your day, for going back to sleep, for pain and inflammation? What about for the mood? If you're depressed or anxious or panicky or those different things, right? All kind of tension. What about memory? What about pain in the body? I think I already mentioned pain and inflammation. We're taking things to help us to work out and get better recovery. We're taking things to help build more collagen or just eating more collagen. We're putting stuff on our face to try to look younger. We're injecting our body with really, really expensive growth factors and stem cells, just all kinds of different things, platelet-rich plasma. We're trying to get our youth back. We're trying to regenerate our stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So clearly we know there's a problem. But what if really we could turn the clock back and we could get the body doing what it's meant to do? Because your body's meant to do all of these things all by itself. And that's really what we are talking about here today. So again, the fewer stem cells that we have, the faster we're going to age and the slower we're going to heal. And that's what we're seeing. And if I can help you save some money and not have to take so much stuff and have your body actually do what it's meant to do so much better, I'm hoping that you'll be as excited as I am. So I've already shared some of the other statistics on here. This is why you might consider this patch. So let's talk about what it does and why it works. So this little activation patch, it looks like a little Band-Aid. It has a little backing on it. And when I take the backing off, this is half of it off. I'll put it right up to the screen here, that little window there. You put it on your body, you wear it for 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and it has nanocrystals inside. It doesn't actually put anything into your skin, but what it does is it traps your body heat. It's really actually light. We are all energy. We are all light, frequency, and vibration, right? So this light, this heat gets trapped and hits these crystals, very specific blend of crystals that then reflects back to the skin a very specific frequency. It's not electric, don't worry, but it's a very specific frequency that instantly signals your body to produce a tripeptide. Kind of like when you go out in the sun, you get your sunlight and your body is triggered to make vitamin D and many other things that we need for healthy living. It's very similar, except that we weren't making these peptides, and they are literally, as we lower in these peptides in the body, it's exactly tied to our stem cell activity, and this is what's happening. So this little patch stimulates the production of more of those peptides. Therefore, a couple of big things happen. The first thing is that a third of your genome, about 4,000 genes, are reset to about age 20, a younger, healthier state. So those all of those cells that are affected by the genes, some of them are switched on that were dysregulated the wrong direction, and some were switched off that were dysregulated the other direction. They come back into a youthful state, and your body starts acting young again, and it starts having the ability to do the things it was meant to do at about age 20. So incredible, right? So that starts to happen. And then, so this tripeptide is called GHK, copper peptides. So that's one thing that happens, but it also wakes up and reactivates those dormant stem cells I was talking about, wakes them up so that they start to go out, attracted to whatever is happening in your specific body that's been breaking down, because we're all unique. We all have different thinking that also dysregulates our genes. Again, the things that we eat, that we are not eating, the water, all the stuff, right, that's making us age too fast. It happens to each of us according to our own way of breaking down. And so your body will start to build up in its own way, which is beautiful. And I'll talk about all the ways it can do that. But that starts to happen, and those stem cells get activated when you wear this patch. So it's really exciting. Just those two main things, resetting the genes and activating those stem cells, can do some incredible things in the body. And honestly, these copper peptides are known as the holy grail of anti-aging. And David Schmidt, who we'll talk about, who created these, he spent 10 years figuring out which nanocrystals to put in this little patch in order to get it to work like this. He knew, very forward thinking, that this is what it would do. And then, of course, he heavily patented it. So yeah, it's a pretty incredible product. And it also took him about, I don't know, I think it was about $4.5 or $5 million to do it as well. So this is no gimmick, I promise you. So I've already mentioned what it does. This is kind of just like a, step-by-step of what it's doing. Again, it just reflects back a very specific frequency from the body heat, or from that infrared spectrum from your body heat. And it tells your body to produce this GHK, which binds to the copper immediately in the body and produces those, all of that activity and that reset of your genome. So this is known as phototherapy. Also, a fancier name for this is called photobiomodulation, basically modulating your body, your physiology with light. And this is not any new science. People have been using light therapies and frequencies forever, including even sound frequencies. And it's really where science is going these days. So it's ancient, but it's also cutting edge. And to do this without plugging it in is really something else too. That's pretty fabulous, because we don't want to be tied down to blue lights and red lights and all these things. This is very different, and it's very specific for this tripeptide. And you don't have to change your lifestyle or anything in order to use it. So like I said, 12 hours on, you just stick it in either these two locations or really anywhere in the body. Nearby, if you have a painful knee or something, you can put it close to that. It's fine. It interacts with your skin. It doesn't have to be on these points. The points that we have here on this image are just standardized places where we do all of our studies with other patches. And so they're just here as a standard, but this is not where you have to wear them. But it's a good starting place. So when you wear it for 12 hours on and you take it off, you then take a rest with no patch on for 12 hours. This allows your body to not get used to producing too much. It's just like the sun. You don't want to have all sun and no darkness. It's just a natural rhythm to have it on and off and allow your body to regulate. And then you just put a fresh one on each day. And the main key here is that, yes, you want to drink lots and lots of water. Very important. We are made up of so much water. And that actually is what the crystalline structure of your DNA is. And so we're really getting down to that root, and we really want to have lots and lots of fresh water. And your body will also begin to release the things it doesn't need as it starts acting younger again. So that's important to do. The only other really points here that I would share is wear it during the day. Many people just find that nice even energy during the day when they wear it. But if you do find yourself sleepy or what have you, when you first put it on, you can certainly wear it at night at first. And then you can switch it up when you start to re-regulate, because your body's just going into its recovery and repairing mode really quickly if you find yourself sleepy really fast. And it happens, and it's okay. And you can always adjust it later. So again, the main key thing here, oops, I skipped a slide. The main things, again, to remember if you want to write something down, and definitely look it up, is GHK, which is what goes up when you wear this patch. That's what's being signaled, which immediately binds to the copper in your body. So it's important to make sure you're taking enough copper. We recommend copper glycinate, it's just 2 to 4 milligrams a day, just to make sure you have enough circulating. A lot of people are taking a lot of zinc these days, and zinc, if you're taking a lot of zinc, will actually lower your copper content and that availability in the body. So you want to make sure you do have some copper. I always just recommend that. And it's not expensive. It's just important to have it in your body just to be safeguard and make sure that you have enough to get this really like full effect out of this. But GHK and GHK copper peptides are what are clinically shown to go up, directly tied to those universal stem cells, those pluripotent stem cells, again, that can become anything in the body. And that's really the magic of this patch. So it's activating, reactivating your stem cells, and really doing a lot. So let's talk about what it does in the body. I already mentioned more energy. It's a nice new, not new, it's like a fresh, clean, even energy is what I want to say. It's not like a big spike of energy. Oh gosh, my slides are just slow today. They're moving all over the place. I missed this slide. Let me say this first. The first thing that happens is an immediate effect of an elevation of antioxidants, in particular glutathione, which is one of our master antioxidants, super important to getting the toxic stuff out of our cells. Again, why you want to drink a lot of water. And also a decrease in inflammation. Most of us have systemic inflammation, chronic systemic inflammation, but you might also have acute inflammation. So how that may show up for you, it could be dramatic, immediate pain relief, and it may not be. So it just depends on your own body, but we do know that there's a decrease in inflammation, and that can show up in many, many different ways. It's super exciting how that can show up. So again, let me go back to this slide. More energy is really common. Be looking for that. And it's also very, very often like almost immediate, that sense of more energy. Better sleep, deeper, longer sleep. Pay attention to dreaming. That means you're getting into that deep recovery sleep. And that's a fantastic sign of that as well. So that also can happen very, very quickly. I mentioned already dramatic pain relief. This could happen as expected or not. So please hang tight with that. If you're expecting your knee pain to go away, but your body wants to heal something else first, and you start sleeping better and you have more, energy and all these other things are happening, pay attention to that. In fact, we have a tracker, a health tracker that we give to people. It's going to be on a website I'll mention in a moment, that really helps you to see all the different parameters of things that can change and that will change over time as you use this patch. And so you really want to be looking at that, because if you don't get the exact result that you're expecting, but some 5 other things are happening, we want you to see that your body is working on this, on its own repair and healing and regenerating. And so you want to be patient with that and see how that shows up for you. Okay, again, my slides are really slow today. I don't know what's going on with that, but I think I skipped over one. Anyways, let me just go ahead and talk about what's on my screen. I think I need to close this little thing out. Okay, wrinkle reduction. Wrinkle reduction and scar reduction are both really exciting. So an increase in collagen in the body. I mean, people are taking collagen. They're doing all kinds of things to not only internally, but to help with the skin, right? So what we find is that activating universal cells leads to this increase in the collagen in the skin, which decreases, of course, the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and all kinds of things. This is noticeable over time, especially 4 to 12 weeks, and continues to get better. And so something to watch, as well as the scar reduction as well. This is these universal cells. They lead to a what's called remodeling. It's the last phase of wound healing. It's called remodeling. And you might notice old scars that from a long time ago that start to soften and actually lighten and go through their final stage of healing after years and years and years. And this would also count for internal. Same with the collagen. It's the most abundant protein in the body. It's throughout the body. So if it's showing up on the skin, at the level of the largest organ in the body, you can imagine what's happening also internally. So the wrinkle reduction, scar reduction, to me, even though they're a little bit different, those are things you can watch for and take pictures, before and after pictures, of the front of your face, your neck, any of the scars on your body, the sides, whatever you want to take pictures of. I highly recommend that when you get started. Sports performance is huge, especially as you get older, because again, we have less and less recovery happening when we're getting older. So this is where, gosh, talk about noticing, feeling like you're 20 again. So the older you are, you'll feel it even more, but the performance before, during, and after exercise is so improved. So you want to give yourself a subjective rating on this. Again, I'll show you where that tracking form is, so that you can really see what that looks like. All right. Wound healing is another, this is what stem cells are all about, right? We're talking 3 times faster wound healing when you're using the patch. We have clinical research that shows that this dramatic increase of wound healing, again, because these stem cells are producing the growth factors that are basically the signals that tell your body to heal and to produce more, fresh cells and so on. And so this is a huge part of what you can expect to see. And I'll tell you, the older that we get, you'll notice how slow, if people are healing at all, especially as we get elderly, and you see on the skin and the bruises and the cuts that just don't want to heal. This is going to be a huge factor. And again, make sure you're taking that copper as well. Youth renewal and age reversal. This has to do with that gene reset. We're talking going back to 20 years old, worth a third of your genes are going to start acting like you're a kid again, practically, or a young adult. And so that's really, really huge. And we call that youth renewal, where we're actually looking at much better health and vitality and rewriting these genes. Also, there's biomarkers in the heart and heart rate variability and many different things that really show this reversal of aging as well, which again, the longer you use it, the better it gets. So many other things can show up, of course, in the skin and so on. There's so many different testimonies. I can't really give them here for legal reasons, but oh my gosh, I will say hair regrowth is a very common side effect It's not for everyone, so it's not, clinical. I can't say it's for everyone. However, the vast majority of people will notice this, and usually right around 3 weeks, you'll start to notice new hair coming in. It helps your follicles, your hair follicles to enlarge, and so you can notice a whole new halo of hair starting to grow. Some people even their hair darkens and so on. It's pretty exciting. And then all kinds of different conditions. Again, not disease specific here, just stuff to watch. Just know that you're going to want to keep an eye out on what's happening for you specifically. It's really, really cool. And then the last thing I want to say, which I think is the most exciting, is what this can do from a neurological standpoint and what it does for your nervous system and your brain. In terms of cognition improving, of course, all kinds of neurochemistry that comes into a balance, which is also helping our sleep and so on. But it helps with the mood. It brings down and it kind of brings into a balance the autonomic nervous system. So that fight, flight, freeze response versus a nice, calm, relaxing response of the parasympathetic. So that sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic come into a balance. This can change your relationships, less triggers, less anger, less irritability. That is huge. And what that can do for you and bringing just more joy and peace in your life. And just know that when you're in fight, flight, or freeze, you can't heal. You're not happy. It's hard to be creative when you're in that stress state. So we're trying to move from fear to love, and stress is fearful, and it puts us in a not a healing state. So just to know that you can come into more of a balance by using this patch from that standpoint, from the nervous system, is really huge. It also helps with heart rate variability, brain heart coherence, all of these different cognition, memory, things like that. It's super exciting to keep an eye on those things. I think personally, that's probably my favorite effect of what this does. With such a crazy world that we're in, not only do we have an opportunity for people, but we can calm their minds down as well, which is just huge. So you can have all these benefits in so many other ways that this can show up. This is just what our science is showing. But my gosh, again, it's so unique for each person because each person breaks down in their own unique way. So seeing how they build up is the most exciting thing. So I'm hoping that you're thinking of other people already. It's really hard to keep this from other people when you start using it. I didn't even wait until I was getting a result. I wasn't expecting to. I had 5 things show up right away, and I think I've had 7 different things at this point. I mean, I was already healthy and teaching nutrition and coaching people on mindset. Like, I didn't think I was going to do anything, but I saw the science and I'm like, how do I not give this to everybody I know? And then I ended up having all these results. And so it was really exciting. And so I'm hoping you're thinking of other people. We just want to get this product on as many people as possible and bring relief to the world and save people a lot of money too, and all that other stuff. So you can have all these benefits and so much more. Absolutely, because your innate ability to heal your own body is what we're helping to restore. That's what this is all about. The patch isn't the miracle. Your body's the miracle. It's just it needed a little push in order to get this particular tripeptide that we just were not producing. That was directly tied to your ability to rebuild, repair, and regenerate your body. So startx39.com is the place to go to get all the information about this. You can go down the rabbit hole on GHK and GHK copper peptides on PubMed. Everything is in there. That tracking sheet is in there. The whole story of X39, like a 55-page document on the whole story of it and how it came about, and all the research is in there, or just a couple of videos if you want, and what to expect in your first week and month and so on. It's all in this website, and this is the place to send anybody. If you're thinking of anybody, just make sure you tie them back to the person who brought you to this so that they can get the education that they need to make a decision for themselves. And again, I do this call twice a week, so you can always send them a replay or get them on one of these live calls if they want to get started. And then, so I want to talk a bit now. I'm just going to transition into our founder and our company, and then we're going to talk just a teeny bit about how to get started and the basics on how you can make money. Again, I'm not going to go into that super deep, but I'll show you where you can get more education on that too. So this is David Schmidt. He's our CEO and inventor, and then I've been blessed to interview him actually twice now. I've got a video coming out soon. So exciting. He's got over 130 patents. I mean, he's patent crazy. He is such an incredible, prolific inventor, and he comes up with the most incredible things. I'm so proud to be part of this company. He's a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame, and so much more, so much more. And he's just got like a heart of gold and really has one foot in the science world and one foot in the spiritual world. I guess you could say the metaphysical world, which to me is just so, it's just a big deal because we are working with energy now. We're working in that quantum realm because it's not just linear anymore. It's not this caused this caused this. It's a whole epigenetic situation of the environment and how we think and all these things that cause change. And so the inventions that he has in these patches work in that realm of energy that can shift everything at the same time. It's really, really incredible. So he's just brilliant. And this company is really on this amazing trajectory. And what's coming is so exciting as well. So the company's just hit 20 years old, right? So like if you're ever going to do a business like you want to be with a company that you can count on that's got a track record that's not going to go down in 5 years like most of them do. So that's huge. We've gone from 20 million to 320 million in the last 3 years, and that's since this patch came out. So the trajectory is really straight up right now. In fact, a 30% growth in 1 month period just in this, this last quarter or 2 quarters ago. It's just really amazing. And we're now operating in over 75 countries worldwide. So again, if you're considering doing this even as a side thing, and we'll talk about that in a moment, or as where you want to hang your hat, these are really important things. You want to know who's at the helm of the company. You want to know the company is growing and in the right timing. And you want to know about the industry, of course, and that marketing plan is really solid. The technology, again, is patented. It has a 20-year patent. I think we have 16 years left on it. It's not a Me Too product. There's nothing like it. You don't need to rub it on your skin. You don't need to change your diet. You don't have to swallow another supplement. None of that. It's in a class by itself. However, you might be able to get off some of those things if you start using this, and that's what I love. So weight loss, skincare, supplements, all of these are in competition with each other, and we just don't really play in that field. We don't need to. We're really, like I said, in a class by ourselves, but again, we could actually compete in a way because your body will start to do a lot of the things that you're using these products for naturally, and that's really huge. So in terms of the industry itself, this biologics stem cell industry is huge. This regenerative medicine, regenerative realm is really, really big. These therapies are becoming more and more popular. People realize that they need these healthy stem cells and specialized growth factors in order to rebuild, repair, and regenerate. And they're spending a lot of money doing it. And then, sometimes they get results and sometimes they don't. Some things are illegal. Are being performed illegally in the United States. If you're pulling out your own blood and spinning it for platelet-rich plasma, or you're mining your own body for just, growth factors from your adipose tissue or from your bone marrow or wherever, which is where these stem cells are produced, they're only going to be as healthy as you are and as your age. If you remember, almost all of them are dormant by age 60, almost. So if you're pulling dormant stem cells out and then putting it back in your body, what are those results going to be like? I'm not saying that these aren't great therapies. They can be, but what if you put this patch on for a little while first? You wear this for 2-3 months before you do, invest in something like that. You're going to get way better results because you're going to have viable stem cells and producing a lot more growth factors, as our research shows. So really something to consider, or to save your money and see what this can do for you over time. And it's not just localized to the one area that you inject these things, right? And so it's going to be your whole body. And so that's another thing to consider. So we really are playing in an amazing field. We're not in direct competition. We are synergistic, but certainly can also replace some of these therapies for people who can't afford them. So again, this might be a great time for you to make a move, right? Look at what's happening in the world right now. To have something that you can really change somebody's life with, including your own, not only from the health standpoint, but also, of course, from an opportunity standpoint, because quite frankly, we all could use probably another source of income. And certainly for some people, a source of income that can really grow with them and perhaps replace a job, gives that job security to you over some time, because really the sky's the limit with this. So you want to get with the person who invited you and really talk about what those possibilities are for you. We've got other videos that really dive into it, but I just want you to know, if you have a heart of service to others and you really do want to help other people learn about something that can be so life-changing as this really is, whether you've gotten started on the product or you just see the vision right now, please get with them, explore that. There's so much possibility there. And really, it can be it's so unique to you. For me, it's flexibility and time freedom. Obviously, money freedom is really important too. I've been working from home forever, and it's just such a high value for me. And I was able to raise my own kids. I was able to raise my kids from home while working and showing them what it means to have that kind of flexibility. And that's really important. And, also, of course, less debt and better health in general, security, the ability to travel. Maybe you don't have that ability, or you need that extra fund or that play money. It's so unique to each person, honestly. And right now, it's even just to make ends meet, really, or to get your products paid for, or your products for a little bit less. right? Like, whatever it is, there's no expectation whatsoever. We will meet you at whatever level you want to come in and whatever you want to do. This is not a hard sell. And honestly, it can really be tailored to your lifestyle and the way that you might want to share. So all of the business information and more about that is on build331.com. This is our website from the team. This team is the fastest growing, largest team in the company. Really amazing. And everything that was done to create that is on this website. So you'll be able to find much deeper trainings in here, step by step of how to do what we do. And of course, I do live calls a couple times a week to do some of this training as well, besides this. So everything you need really is there for you. And the support is built for this product to get on as many bodies as possible. And honestly, the way that we get paid is by selling product, and we don't get paid by just bringing people in. That's not legal. We want to get this product on everybody, and it's changing so many lives, people that have just been really suffering, again, even just, mental, emotional. Pretty amazing. So getting started is really simple. And after I show you how to get started, and this will be totally unique, of what works for you, then I'm going to just really quickly show you a little bit about our compensation plan and how you can get paid. So each of these products, you can buy this in retail form or you can buy it in wholesale form. The wholesale form has an optional brand partnership. It's the same account, but you can basically buy it just for yourself and your family and just save by buying it in wholesale, or you can turn that into the start of your business, share with a few people or a lot of people, and build a business out of it. So it's the same type of account, but you'll hear me often say, you can start with a wholesale account or a brand partnership. It's the same thing. It's just the intention behind it, because the brand partnership and sharing this product with other people is optional. It's not a must. So I just want you to know that. So again, retail, it's $150, just under $150 for a 1-month supply. Incredible, incredible pricing. If you want to get it for less, you can get 3 for the price of 2. By getting that wholesale pack, right? That starter pack, which is a 3-pack, and it's $2.99. So you get 3 months supply, and you only pay shipping once. So you save some money on that. And that's a great way for people to get started. And even if you're just kicking tires, you just want to try it out for yourself and maybe your spouse or a friend or somebody else in the family, your mom. It's a great pack to get people started on. This comes with a recommended auto ship at 28 days so that you can keep that account active, and you'll see why that's important a little bit later. So that starter pack is, again, $2.99. The next level is when we really start to talk about sharing the products with other people. That's the business builder. You get 5.5 packs for the price of 4. Or no, sorry, it's $4.99, but you get 5 months worth plus a bonus of one of our other patches. And this one, again, you have enough to get yourself started. A few people, maybe grab a friend or two. You could certainly retail it to a friend or two and all start together, share testimony together, and perhaps they want to come into a business. It's a great way to start and launch your business. And at this level, we recommend 2 on auto ship to come each month, because then you're pretty much set at that gold level with 2 on auto ship to be able to start really building the business and marketing and making money, and without leaving anything on the table money wise. You're able to earn more, which is great. And then if you're a serious business builder, this is kind of how I saw it. I had a network from before, and I knew that there were people I wanted to share with, or perhaps you have a storefront. I do this a lot with, chiropractors, hairdressers, med spas, different places, acupuncturists that have a storefront that want to have a stock that they can retail from their office, and then they can put their customers onto their own auto ships or their own, their own wholesale accounts, what have you. That's a great way to start. So again, if you're a networker, you see the opportunity. This is really great because you get the best pricing. It's only $84 a month for that pack. It's a big pack. You get 19 of them for $1,500. $15.99, excuse me. I think that's what it is. I never remember the price on that one. It's $15.99. But you don't have to have an auto ship for 3 months at all. And you get paid the best return when you bring other people in at the higher levels. So you're basically maximizing and getting paid at the highest level for people you bring in at the same level. In fact, for each other diamond that you bring in, let's say you are a chiropractor, right? And you want to go ahead or you're a networker. So you're a networker and you come in at the diamond level, and 6 or 7 leaders that you used to work with, and they come in at diamond also. Each one of them, you make $500 when they come in at diamond. For 3 months, you get paid at that level to launch your business. So you can make all your investment back and then some. sky's the limit there. For 3 months, while you're starting to build, they're paying you at the highest level. And so that's a really, really great perk of coming in at the diamond level. Again, you don't need an auto ship for 3 months either. So you have everything you need to launch your business and to really maximize your business if you have that type of a situation. So that's really the ways to get started. Each of the packs, everything comes with a point value itself. And so I'm going to talk really briefly about how we get paid, and then I'll wrap it up for you. So the point value, so basically we get paid 3 different ways: linear, leveraged, and legacy. The linear is when you sell a pack, a month supply. Wholesale, you get retail profit for that. You just get the difference between wholesale and retail. It's great. If you sell it in an auto ship, you also get a certain amount per month when their auto ship goes out. That's how we get paid linearly. And also, if you sell any of these packs, each pack also has a certain amount of what's called a product introduction bonus that you get when you sell a pack to somebody if they come in as wholesale or brand partnership. So that's how we get paid linearly. We sell, we make something as a reward directly. Now we also get paid leveraged. And what the leveraged pay is that every single product that moves has a certain point value to it. It's a percentage of the dollars that it costs, but it's a point value. So those points will collect and collect and collect, and then you get paid commissions on the points. And so what's cool about this is we build 2 teams. This is where the structure comes in terms of building the business. We have a left team and a right team, and every person that we bring in at the wholesale or brand partnership level goes into our teams, whether it's one side or the other, and we just kind of put them in there. We help them to get plugged in and started and sharing with people. And every time a product moves, whether it's wholesale, retail, whatever it is, it has a point value to it. And those points go into what I would call a virtual bucket. So your left team has a virtual bucket and your right team has a virtual bucket. And so long as you have that auto ship going, then you're able to collect all the points that are being generated from people selling products in your teams. So as they get better and better, the points collect and they collect. So what happens is when you get to a certain ratio in your left and right team, it kicks out what's called a cycle bonus. And each cycle bonus is $50, and it'll just keep doing that. And as your teams grow, it'll keep doing it and keep doing it. And that maxes out at $25,000 per week. $25,000 per week you can earn in just the cycle bonuses. This is the leveraged pay. That's $100,000 a month you can earn by building teams and keeping yourself qualified and kicking out bonuses all day long, right? Pretty incredible. That's the leveraged way we get paid. Way more detail about this on that build331.com website. I will show that again at the end. I dive deep into how that all works, but I just want you to get a vision for that. The third way that we get paid is what's called matching bonus. So long as you are qualifying your business with that auto ship and you're making bonuses, you're also able to make bonuses that your team is from what your team is doing. So if you have somebody, anybody that you've brought in directly that are also making those bonuses, the leveraged cycle pay bonuses, you earn 25% on that first level, those people that you brought in directly of their bonuses, which is amazing. So if they're making $10,000 a week, you're making $2,500 on their efforts. So obviously we help people be successful. We want to get good at what we're doing. We want to help people do really well, and we get rewarded for that. You also get paid down for the people that they bring in. So second level, 20%, a little bit more qualification, not much, doesn't take much to get to this one, 20% on that second level of people that are making those bonuses. And you even get paid a third level down, a little more qualification and balance. At this point, you're moving into leadership at this point, but another 20% on that third level. This is called legacy pay. This is unlimited pay. Takes longer to build it, but it can literally overtake everything else that you're making. This is huge. And I've never seen such a lucrative marketing plan. And I've been in the business for 20 years. I've never seen anything like it. It's just incredible to have one product focus with this kind of company and this track record and being in this industry with that man at the helm, with this marketing plan. I'm telling you, right place, right time. It's incredible, and people need this product. It's so amazing. So again, the importance of being on the monthly subscription. If you are in wholesale, or if you're in that team, if you're a wholesale or you want to upgrade into brand partnership, it's just to make sure that those points stay in those buckets and you're able to maximize on that. You might even just come in at wholesale and you're not really sure you want to share with anybody yet. As you get results, you want to, but there might be a team that's growing underneath you because other people are putting people in. And so long as you have the auto ship going, you'll have those points collecting. And so when you do decide to start going, it'll start kicking out bonuses for you. And again, even if you just want to get your products for less or start, subsidizing that, or you want to, get them completely paid for, you can change your goals as you go along. Absolutely. We don't make you do anything. It's completely up to you. So just to wrap up again, thank you so much for your attention. I want to just share these again, are the different places to get plugged in for our Facebook group if you're on the team, YouTube for all of the different trainings and calls like this and the replays. All about the patch, startx39.com. Nothing about the business there, just the patch itself, all the science and everything there. And then all about the business, the team building training site, which is build331.com. Again, to learn more about the marketing plan, how everything works, how we do what we do, and all kinds of great trainings in there. That's the site for you. And then to wrap it up completely here, again, here's our weekly schedule. We do 2 calls Mondays, 2 calls Wednesdays to help people get started and to learn how to get, just this call again being repeated. A little bit different every time, but certainly something you want to be able to feel comfortable inviting people to, and to know that there's no big bait and switch. There's no big have tos. We just want to make sure you get what you need in order to make a decision to come in as a, just to get started on the product, or you want to get going with the business. So we want to welcome you. I hope that you do join us and share with other people, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for your attention tonight. Have a great rest of your evening.